What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you guys for tuning in with us this afternoon. This is Tim Shooker here from Advanced Agent Marketing. I have my co-founder here, Julian Polito. About to do something pretty cool. So we got 27 people on. Welcome. Drop in the chat where you guys are tuning in from, and we'll give you a little shout out here on the call. If you're coming in from David's list, if you've been getting blasted with a bunch of emails from us/David over the last couple days, we appreciate you guys tuning in here as well. And in just a couple minutes, we're going to get started. We're going to be breaking down how Julian actually wrote $35,000 in his first month doing final expense telesales. So super excited here to break down all the numbers. We're going to be reviewing a live sales call, like literally showing you guys a sales call of him closing a pretty tough deal where someone was like pushing back with the whole let me think about it kind of thing. And then also jumping into like breaking down the actual numbers as far as what went behind the 35K a month, the profit, the amount of leads, the amount of dials, literally everything, right? Then we're going to be giving away almost $5,000 worth of leads live on the stream. We're going to be doing a little like Wheel of Fortune spin. If you guys haven't already joined the giveaway, let me drop the link in the chat. I'll just pin it so you guys have it. Fill out this form so that we can enter you guys into when the giveaway. There's already 88 people that have joined. If you haven't joined yet, drop your name in. If you've already joined, don't join twice, or I'll remove the first time you joined because we can't have any cheating around here. So I just dropped that in the chat. Share that up there. If you guys fill that form out, you guys will be entered to win the leads.
Yeah, what's going on, Robert? I want to say what's up to everybody here. What's up, Kent, Michael, Pat Beta Truth, love that name. Michelle, Julian, that guy's cool. Alfonso, Don, what's going on, guys? Thank you for tuning in. It means the world to us. Jason, Corey, Rob, Chelsea. I can't keep up. You guys are just there's Amelia. This is awesome. But yeah, like Tim said, fill out this form if you guys want to get entered to win almost $5,000 in leads. We want to see you be successful, and that's part of why we do everything that we do. Tim, you want to kick us off?
Let's do it. All right. So here we go. So we got that in that screen. Perfect. All right. So Julian, I'm gonna pull up one of your sales calls recordings here. We're basically just to recap. I know I kind of just touched on this a second ago. On this live stream, we're gonna be breaking down a sales call. We're gonna do that first, so you guys are gonna be able to listen in. If you struggle with any objections, or maybe you've dealt with like pushback from people on the phone, or somebody tells you, "Oh, I already have insurance," or this or that, whatever. This call is gonna be super valuable to you guys, because the whole time that I was watching Julian close this live, I didn't think he was going to close it. And then it just kept turning around and getting better and better and better. And she ends up signing up. So you guys are going to really enjoy that. We're going to break down a live sales call and kind of like show what went behind it so that he was able to close it. Then we're going to break down his numbers. So you guys can see exactly what it took to get to 35K in AP, the leads he was working, how many leads it took, how many dials it took, and how much profit he actually made, which is the only thing that matters. And then we're going to be giving away that $5,000 worth of leads. So without any further ado, Julian, I'm super excited for this part. Let's kind of break down this live sales call here.
I want to throw something in here real quick before we do this. I don't even know which sales call, guys. But what I did want to say real quick is that if you guys are like looking for a system to plug into, right? This is all, we cover this all in our YouTube videos, et cetera, et cetera. Like you guys can watch live calls. I didn't sell insurance over the phone for a year, and I did this, right? So I did want to say that before we jump into it, because this is literally plug and play. But I'm excited to see this call here. I don't even know who we're looking at here, which call this is. So I'm excited. Let's go ahead and run it up and see. Guys, comment down below if you think I suck, if you think I'm good on the phones, or what feedback you would give, or if you think this deal is going to get closed while you're watching it.
All right, so I'm going to play it at 1.25 speed. We're going to start with the intro and then kind of jump through the most important parts. Julian and I have both listened to this call a couple times. So we're pretty familiar with it. When I'm gonna play this, make sure that the audio, you guys can hear it.
Hello.
Hey.
Can you hear it?
Comment audio down below if you guys can hear that, just so we know that we're not just, putting this out into the ether.
Julian, did you hear it?
I heard it. I just want to make sure
Okay.
everybody else did, because they're the important people here.
Okay.
Keyshawn says yes.
Okay. Beautiful.
Cool.
Let's jump into this.
Let's
So
run it.
we're just gonna start with the call intro, right? So notice the way that Julian starts this call. I'll let you kind of talk through what you're doing here. I don't want to spend too much time on the intro because it's not the most interesting or important part of the call. But just to kind of set the stage, so you guys know what's going on here.
Hello.
Hey, is there? It's Julian. Just getting back to you on that request you submitted through Zoosurance for the final expense program. Looks like you listed your beneficiary as my kid. Is that correct? Oh, okay. Gotcha. So the reason I'm calling is just so you see what you qualify for and just so we're on the same page. Has anyone ever talked to you about this before?
Yeah, 5 minutes ago.
So, Julian, kind of talk me through this. What are you thinking at this point when this? Because I've listened to a lot of calls. I've been on a lot of calls. I've run many in-person appointments. I don't think I've ever heard somebody tell me that they just talked to somebody 5 minutes ago. So, what's going through your head at this point?
People tell me I'm absolutely crazy with the way that I think about having sales conversations with objections. My first thought is, thank God that guy missed, because she wouldn't keep talking to me if he hadn't. And so I understand that there's definitely an opportunity here, because the only reason she's not hanging up if it was 5 minutes ago is because she didn't get what she needed. So that's kind of what I was thinking here. Let's see what else. Let's see what she says next.
All right.
Oh, yeah?
They're going to call me back because I was in the middle of something.
Okay. Gotcha. So I'm guessing you were probably just trying to make sure that your kids didn't get stuck with the funeral bill if something were to happen to you. Is that correct?
Well, no, I got a coverage for that. I do have life insurance.
Okay. Perfect. So you were just looking to add something then. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. And
So I know a lot of people get stuck on that objection, right? Of, oh, well, I already have life insurance. And then some people kind of have like an objection overcome to that. But a lot of people can kind of just they just kind of stumble over the words whenever they get that one. So whenever someone hears the objection, oh, I already have insurance, what's the go-to line?
I like to ask them to basically kind of like a this or that question. I'm like, okay, perfect. And now, were you just looking to add something, or were you just trying to see if you qualified for a rate reduction? I didn't do it. I haven't started doing rate reduction yet with this call, but I started adding rate reduction, and for some reason, it's really sticking with and resonating with people.
I think probably because everyone hears rate reduction for their car insurance, and so it kind of that term is synonymous with insurance. So great way of phrasing that there. So basically, were you looking to add more coverage, or were you looking to see if you qualified for a rate reduction? That's kind of your go-to line there.
Yeah, that's my go-to line.
Okay, beautiful. Well, let's kind of jump through this.
were you concerned that you don't have enough currently, or were you just looking to leave something behind for family?
No, I have enough, so I don't have to just be behind. That's all.
Just to leave behind? Okay, perfect. And so let's see. Do you know how much you were looking to leave behind here?
Okay, so what do you offer?
So she's already kind of giving you some pushback here. She's not being compliant at all, right? Were you looking to leave something behind for family? No, I have enough. I just want to leave something behind.
And I do want to touch on this. And guys, if you think this is valuable, and this is something that we should do more often, we debated doing this and whether or not it would even be valuable for you guys. But if you do think it's valuable, drop a like and please give us a subscribe if you want us to keep doing this. If not, don't even worry about it. Completely ignore it. But
yeah, we got 5 other live sale call breakdown recordings on the channel too, so you guys can check that out after the live.
And the thing that I saw with this lady here, and I know exactly who it is now. Let's just listen to her voice. And the thing that I've kind of noticed is that a lot of these prospects get defensive, and one of the hardest ways to get into the door and fix the prospect up to actually get insurance is they're trying to push you away by saying, I have enough, blah, blah, blah. But then they're also saying that they want to leave something behind. And the concern here is that when they want to leave something behind, this is actually the hardest sale, because you're not selling ice cream, you're selling the sprinkles, right? And so it's a lot harder to sell the sprinkles than it is the ice cream, because they've already got the ice cream. And so I want you guys to really see how I break down this conversation here and how I got her to buy because of the questions that I'm asking, right? And you notice I said questions. It's not one-liners. It's not home runs. It's not at-bats. It's just questions. So let's jump into it, Tim.
All right.
Well, that's why I'm asking is because it depends on what you qualify for. So I work with everybody. I'm what's called a broker. Have you ever worked with a broker before?
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. So I'm just like the rest of them. I'm just a little bit funnier. I'm just messing, but well, maybe we'll see. But basically, yeah, my job is just to see what you qualify for, see what you can't leave behind for your kids. And then I work with all the companies. So it's pretty simple. I'm just going to kind of look and see what's going to get you the most coverage for the best price. Does that sound helpful?
Yeah. I said the last broker I went to gave me, what is that? Limo, L-U-M-I-O or something.
So at this point, she's basically saying like she has multiple insurance policies, as we're going to find out. And the last person that she went with just signed her up for an insurance company. You guys can probably guess what it is. LIMIC something, whatever, right? You guys kind of get the picture. So she already has this policy that she just got. You guys kind of go into it here. You're asking what her birthday is, blah, 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 blah. Asking her about what kind of coverage she has, seeing if she has anything going on. And then we'll jump here. And how much coverage were you looking to add so I know what to look for?
I'm going to say about 10.
About 10. Okay. Let's see what we got. And then I'm just going to confirm this one more time with you. So I've got you. You're looking for $10,000 in coverage. I've got you down here in Maryland. Everything we just discussed a moment ago with the medications. I'm going to get some quotes pulled up here. Do you have a pen and paper with you?
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Tim,
Sometimes it takes us
real quick.
Yeah.
Guys, I want you to comment down below what exactly it is that you would do in this situation, right? It doesn't have to be super long-winded or anything, but like she's asking to just add 10. I just want to add 10, right? And people do these things. They make these things up in these scenarios in their head where I just want 100,000. I just want $250,000. I just want 10. I just want 20. I just want 30. They just throw random shit out there. And so what I don't want you guys to focus so much on what the prospect wants. I want you to focus on what the prospect needs. And you guys are going to see how I break this deal down and I end up getting the deal here. But it's probably not what you think. So I want you to comment down below. What do you think about this? Are you going to just give her the quote? Are you just going to, throw the number out there, give her a price? What are you doing here? Thanks for showing up for us, Jeff. And Daniel, thanks for showing up for us, man. I appreciate the support. You guys are awesome. And
Ask for gold for 10K, income analysis. These are definitely good answers here.
Yeah, these are good stuff. You guys are professionals.
Let's dive into kind of what you do.
Second. So while I'm getting this pulled up here for you, what was it that got you thinking about this kind of thing?
So that's the question you want to ask. And there's multiple forms that you can ask it in, right? If you guys like, after this ends, after we do the whole lead giveaway, whatever, watch some of the other sales calls that we have on the channel. And what you'll notice is like, this is the question that Julian's asking every single time. It just comes in different forms. And the whole purpose of this question is to uncover what their why is, right? So with life insurance, everyone's why is going to be made up of 3 different parts. Who, which is the beneficiary, the person they're protecting. We'll find out later that it's her son. What are they protecting them from? Which in this situation, it's a little tricky because she already has all the insurance she needs. She's just looking at 10, whatever. So we got to dig a little deeper. She's not just like telling us up front. And then how is like how that coverage actually protects them. So any form of this question is just to uncover the why so that you can dig deeper and kind of like hit on that pain point. Sometimes you'll hear people say, or Julian will say, like, what got you concerned about this? But in this instance, he just says, what was it that got you thinking about this kind of thing, right? And then she immediately just gives us more pushback.
No, I was just, going through paperwork.
What does that even mean, right? That doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, that makes no sense.
Okay, gotcha. And you were just like, man, I want to leave something behind for the kids.
Well, he has something behind.
Yeah,
Like still,
okay.
every single time.
Gotcha. And so you said you already have something in place. So are you planning on getting buried or cremated?
Well, I would hope but knowing them, they'd probably cremate, but I hope they bury. Well, I won't know, so.
Right. None of us will. We can hope and wish, but we're not always sure. Okay, gotcha. So based off what you're telling me, I'm looking at a couple of programs.
Right. So then we start to kind of go into like digging up what goes on like with the actual company. How long have you had it? This and that. Because we don't know anything at this point, right? You guys have listened to like basically the whole recording up until this point. We haven't even dug into the policy. We're just fighting through all these things that she's throwing at us, right? So then I think you already went into health questions. Now you start to go into quotes. Basically, the goal is just to leave money behind. Are you leaving this to one of the kids, or did you say you have multiple kids? Just one? Okay, just the one. Beautiful. Now, honestly, this was one of the earlier calls that you did. So, the biggest thing I would have changed here is getting the name of the beneficiary sooner. I think you kind of did that later in on the call, which helped you close it. But right here, when we're talking about the kid, here I would actually ask for the name a little bit sooner, which you do in like most of your other calls. But right here, we're kind of just like talking about the beneficiary, and then you start to go into quotes, right? So here we got 12,000, 10,000.
Let me know when you're ready. 15,000,
right?
70, 12,500 is 59.56. You won't believe this. The 10,000 only comes out to about 48.29 a month, and then
So I'm reading the transcript here. Basically, does that make sense? So these are the different coverage amounts. What do you think would fit best for leaving this behind for your kid? Here's what you said.
Well, at those prices, I leave them not because I am a senior citizen and I am on fixed income.
Of course, yeah. Most everybody I talk to is on a fixed income. So could you repeat that first part again? You said that which one was it, or can you repeat that for me?
I said with these prices, I won't leave them nothing.
With these prices, I won't leave them nothing. Julian, what do you got to say about that?
So I want you guys to understand, because I'm seeing a lot of people, like there's a few people that are jumping in the comments saying things like, hey, I would have just given the quotes. Obviously, that's not the right thing to do, blah, 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 et cetera, et cetera. Now, the reason why I quoted her, I knew now granted, I'm just going to tell you guys, if you get this much resistance on a call, they're usually broke. That's why they're giving you this much resistance. They are afraid of purchasing and making a purchasing decision. I'm not saying broke is in a negative connotation. She's a really nice lady. She's awesome. But she probably doesn't have a ton of money to invest. And that's why she's uncomfortable with trying to give me information that I can then use to get her to make a purchasing decision. Now, when she says that she's on a fixed income, I already know that. She says she already has insurance. I understand that. Now, the reason that I went up above the 10, I think somebody dropped it in the comments earlier. The reason I threw it all the way above a 10 is to price anchor her. I already know that she doesn't want to spend a ton of money on this because it's something that she doesn't value as much. Otherwise, she wouldn't have been like, oh, I just got off the phone with somebody 5 minutes ago, blah, blah, blah. Like, right? She's got a little bit of guard built up, right? And so we can keep going through this and checking it out here, but I want you guys to note that one of the most valuable things I did in this portion of the call was price anchor her.
Oh, okay, gotcha. So it sounds like being on a fixed income, you're probably going to look for something that's going to fit in your budget then, right?
Right.
Perfect. Okay. Well, let's see what we can do to get you something that's going to fit in your budget. Would it help if we were looking somewhere closer in like the $30 a month range? Would that help?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me see what I can do for you there. What was your kid's name that you're planning on leaving this behind for? Gotcha.
So we just cut the name out, but she says the name.
Something that might be fitting into your budget a little bit better. You said that the $30 a month would be a little bit more helpful for you. Is that correct?
No.
Okay. Well,
This says no. I think she says yes there.
She does.
if you wanted to leave behind $6,000 in tax-free benefits, that's only going to be $30.26 a month. Would that fit better into your budget?
I would have to go over but that's
Perfect.
So she says, it cuts out a little bit there. She says, I would have to go over my budget and kind of look into things, but that's a lot better, right? So at this point, I would say probably 80 or 90% of people on this call would not really know what to do here. And that's exactly why we're showing this, because all of these deals are closable. And the difference between writing, 3K a week and writing 9K a week or 10K a week or 8K a week or whatever number it is literally these policies that are like closable, but people aren't closing them. That's the difference. That's one of the the biggest difference. And so interject. Go for it.
I do want to touch on something real quick. There's two schools of thought in sales that I love and that I want to share with you guys real quick before we jump back into the call. And tell me if I want you guys to comment down which one you are. Do you guys like Jordan Belfort more? You can just say JB, or Grant Cardone. You can just say Uncle G. So if you guys like Uncle G or Jordan Belfort, comment down below. I want to know what you think. But I want you guys to just, with me for a second, just kind of like space out, put your opinions away, and just think. If you work like a marketer, right? Make more calls, but you sell like Jordan and you never get off the phone until they buy or die, you're going to be the most lethal salesperson in your sales office, in your virtual Zoom room, whatever it is that you got going on. And the truth about sales that nobody wants to admit, tell new people coming to the business, et cetera, is that you have to work your ass off. And that doesn't just mean that you need to make more dials. You need to get more word tracks. You need to get more reps in. You need to practice your objections. You need to be prepared for when you run into these situations, because it's very easy to click a button 300 times a day. Anybody can do that. But Grant Cardone, Uncle G, Chelsea. And then, but the biggest thing, the whole point I'm making here is that you want to combine skill with effort, right? I sucked before I was good, but I put in the effort to get good. And now I put in the effort and I'm good. But it didn't start that way. And so I want to share that with you guys real quick. We got a lot of Jordan Belforts out here. I'm actually a big Grant Cardone fan, so y'all take that to the bank. But let's get back into the call and see what's up.
Okay. And so you said you have to go over your funds. Is that right?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. And so with the insurance that you currently have, I know you said you have the Lumico and the Mutual of Omaha policy. How much are you paying on those currently?
Okay. Lumico, I'm paying almost $50 a month.
For how much? Do you know how much that's for?
$5,000.
Okay.
And Mutual of Omaha is $34.
And you know how much that's for?
$15,000.
$15,074.
So basically, she's paying like $50 a month for $5,000 in coverage, which that's why she's shopping around. That's exactly why she's shopping around.
Keep in mind, we didn't get to this piece of information, which is going to orchestrate the sale, until 10 minutes and 51 seconds in, after I've faced down like 30 objections already.
Mm-hmm.
Let's continue.
All right, so I'm gonna kind of scroll through this part. Basically, this is just getting like details of the policy. He's asking her like, "Oh, is it day one? I think this was 2 years. Do you remember why there was a waiting period? Oh, well, that's just how the policy is." And so then we kind of go into
okay, because the standard at Lumico, because I work with Lumico, right? So I work with everybody. So I work with Lumico, and the standard there is typically 3 years of waiting, and that's just the way that the policies are built. The reason why I'm asking is because the policy that I'm looking at here, it would be something that would kick in day one. So not only would you get double the coverage for the exact same price, just about, but it would also be effective immediately. How long have you had that Lumico policy for?
I know, at least 2 years.
Okay, so she's already passed the waiting period, right? That's not even really a big difference maker for her. The biggest thing is going to be the pricing, right? So let me scroll through here. I want to get to a certain part. So you're just like re-explaining the same thing over and over, and for some reason it's just not clicking at all.
I also I want to touch on Guam Tech. I wish I knew who that was, but
It's Kyle Jordan.
Kyle, dude, what's up, my man? I love that guy. And guys, by the way, if you find this valuable, please drop us a like below and throw us a subscribe if you think we should keep doing this. If not, like I said, just ignore us. But I wanted to touch on Kyle's comment real quick. If you can pull that up for me here, Tim. One of the things that our friend Kyle here is talking about, also known as Guam Tech on YouTube, is no, not that one. Hold on, what is this? Which they usually don't answer. Right. Well, that's because you're not like beating them up on the phone, and some people just don't buy. That's just the truth, also. But we can also train on that on Zoom. So whenever I get back in Zoom next week, we'll jump on that. But guys, this right here is what I want to talk about. He's talking about the blame onion, right? This is basically the concept that we use to categorize objections into 3 categories that helps you understand why your prospect is actually pushing you away versus just hearing some shit. I mean, the lady earlier just said, "Yeah, I already have coverage. I have enough, but I want to leave something behind." These people will just throw anything out there to try and get you off their butt. And so what we have to understand is the core of the objection and what actually surrounds the objection, so that we can break it down. Because if I don't even understand the objection she's giving me, then how am I going to break it down, right? How can I completely demolish a house if I don't know where the weak points are? Right? How am I gonna blow up a fortress if I don't know where the weak points in the fortress are, et cetera, right? And so for us to actually understand the objections gives us the ability to break down and conquer the objections, and that's what you guys are seeing here in this call. Let's jump back into it.
All right, so I'm gonna go here. Here you're just kind of explaining everything, and this is like kind of like restacking the value, which is super important whenever you're replacing a policy or talking about doing something different. You always want to make sure they understand exactly what you're talking about.
What that means is you have to wait 3 years for everything to kick in full. And if you're already paying about $50 a month, it would actually be less expensive, and you would get more benefits if you qualified to do business with Mutual of Omaha. Does that make sense?
Well, why wouldn't I qualify for mutual? I could probably just call them and get an add-on, to upgrade it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. With where you're at currently, I don't even think you wouldn't qualify with them. That's why I'm trying to figure out why you ended up getting that Lumico policy. If you had to wait 3 years and you were paying like $50 a month for $5,000 when it looks like you could get $10,000 with Mutual of Omaha for $48, that's kind of like why I'm asking if you have that around, because if we could take a look at that and figure out what you have going on currently, I'd feel more comfortable adding something on at Mutual of Omaha. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So, Julian, I'm going to go through what she responds first.
I understand what you're saying, but there's a lock thing. I would have to go through a whole lot of stuff to get it.
Yeah.
I have in a lock safe.
So, kind of walk through what's going on here, because whenever you replace a policy, the first thing that you're going to do is like try to figure out what they're doing. But the most frustrating thing is when they just refuse to get the policy, so you can't even do anything.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly right. And that's she's now telling me that the policy is in a locked safe, which is like hilarious. And so with what she's going to tell us here, and guys, I want you to think of it like if they don't hang up on you, the deal's not dead. The deal's not dead. And so it's important to make sure that you understand what's going on with the objection, like going back to the blame onion. We have a video on that. If you guys want to watch it, we can drop that here at the end of it. If you guys want to see the blame onion video, let me know. We can drop that here at the end of the video. But why would we take no for an answer here? Let's find out what's going on in the rest of this call. But like
the only reason you would take no for an answer is if you don't know what to do and you just don't want to be awkward, so you set the appointment to get off the phone. That's the only reason.
And then she won't answer, which is why we have to push through this. So let's see what happens next.
Exactly. And so with what we're looking at, you'd be saving about $2 a month, which isn't crazy, but you would be leaving behind an extra $5,000 for your son. And so I guess my question is like, I know it might be a little bit of a hustle to get into that lockbox, but if you get into that lockbox, pay less and get an extra $5,000 for it, do you think that would be helpful?
No, I'm saying he's going to have something anyway, but I'm just saying, like I told you, I was paralyzed on one side, and he knows where the box is. He knows if something happens to me, where to go.
Okay. Well,
her response doesn't even make any sense.
Yeah, none of this makes any sense. This is illogical buyer logic or whatever.
Mere babble.
Yeah, this is just babble.
Why don't we call, because I work with Lumico, why don't we call them real quick just to see if you're still in the waiting period? Because if you're with Lumico currently and you're still in that period, that means he's not even going to get that full $5,000, right? And so what we need to figure out is actually
right. So she's kind of going back and forth. She's just not moving at all.
Yeah. Well, see, I tried to call them this morning because I was going to cancel them out.
Oh, so you were planning on canceling the Lumico, is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And what was it that had you thinking about canceling? Was it just the fact that you're still in that waiting period, or was it just because of how much you're paying for how little you're getting?
Yeah, well, because she's telling me, the lady's telling me that if something was to happen to me, this was a month ago, that it's $1,250. So
yeah.
So I'm gonna kind of jump through the rest of this part because what we're about to show you guys is like the whole like skill, the whole like impressive part of this call, right? So basically,
we do three-way call carriers all the time. Best way to do this is to not be aggressive. Call the carrier and basically just ask them questions so the client can understand better. But
I know at this point, right? Like when we're not really getting anywhere with her and we're just asking the same questions over and over. So at this point, you start to like dig a little bit deeper into what the why is to figure out like what is actually going on. Because at this point, she's just told you she wants to leave 10 behind for her kid. Now she's saying 10 for the exact same price that she's currently paying is too expensive. So like we just got to dig and figure out what's actually going on here.
Right. Okay. Well, it sounds like, correct me if I'm wrong, but it sounds like to me that you already got the burial covered. So that's not necessarily the issue, but I guess I'm wondering, like, what is it that makes you want to leave this extra money behind? Like, is this for college? Like, is this to help him get his first house? Or like, well, I guess I'm wondering, what is it that you want to leave the money behind for?
So now we're digging deeper as far as like what the why is. And if you guys can guess what happens next.
So he already has a home.
We just get more pushback.
I think you called me a silly rabbit. Look, you silly
He
rabbit.
already has a home, so.
Gotcha. Okay. And this is, I'm guessing this is just something you want to leave behind to maybe like what? Go ahead.
I said to help him out.
Oh, okay. And so do you have like grandkids or something? Are you trying to like help him out with that as well? Or what does that look like?
Well, he has 2 kids, so.
Oh, awesome. And are they still, I'm guessing they're probably still in school and everything, right? Okay. So, and because I guess I'm just trying to make sure, I want to make sure that I want to do something that's going to help you out. So like, what is it specifically about his situation that you want to help with? Like, why do you want to help him out?
Because he's my son.
So just completely immovable here. Just like giving the most like BS smokescreen, my guard is up type answers where you can't even do anything.
And let's keep in mind we're 22 and a half minutes in, and I've now gotten in the neighborhood of like 60 objections. It's ridiculous. This lady's refusing to do anything.
Yeah, but she's still on the phone.
So it's just kind of like leaving behind a legacy for family then, yeah?
Just won't have to, but, I mean, in this day and age, we're all struggling. Just to make it hope to make it a little easier for you. I won't be here, so.
Yeah.
That's the first thing that we got from her, where she's like kind of giving in a little bit.
Especially with how crazy the economy is right now. I mean, prices are going up. I mean, I'm sure you know. I feel like I'm preaching to the choir here. Gas is going up, groceries is going up, and you just kind of want to be his guardian angel then, right?
A little, yeah.
Okay, that's awesome. Gotcha. Okay, well, yeah,
So now at this point, I think you just go and ask for the app.
Again, I'm just trying to make sure I know exactly what it is that we're doing because I want to make sure we can get the best thing for you. With what I'm looking at here, I think the best route for us to go would be to apply for Mutual of Omaha to add some coverage for you and then see if you get approved. And then if you do, I can help you cancel that Lumico policy so you're not getting charged for something that's going to give you half the benefit. Does that sound fair enough?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
So I would have to pay
So she says, yeah. So after all those objections, all the smokescreen, all the sales resistance, you ask her if it would make sense to fill out an application. She says, yeah.
Mic drop.
today.
You said you would have to pay the what today?
The premium today for if I get approved.
No, you wouldn't have to pay it today. What I'd want to do is make sure that we set it up to get you approved first, and then we would put it on the same day that you're currently paying your Lumico. That way we have a chance to cancel that so you don't get charged double. Does that make sense?
The Lumico already went through, so.
Lumico already what?
So as you guys can see, she said yes. There's 40 minutes left of this call. So obviously there's still more to go here. Basically he kind of goes back and forth, right? We're talking about when to cancel, whatever. Still on the phone though. I'm saving money here, so blah, blah, blah. It's no big deal, blah, blah, blah. Spending more money on insurance. So now she's talking about, like, she is on the phone. She talked to a guy 5 minutes ago, and she's talking to you now. But she doesn't want to spend more money on insurance because she's already spending too much, even though we're talking about saving her money and getting her more coverage. So then I'm going to go right here, and then this right here at $29.59. If you guys see that right there, this is where the magic happens.
Gotcha. Okay. And so I guess the most helpful thing that we could
spending more money on insurance when I don't need it. I really don't need no extra insurance.
Gotcha. Okay. And so I guess the most helpful thing that we could do would be to help you get this Lumico policy canceled. I think that's number one, but because you said you don't need that anymore, right?
No, not.
Okay. So yeah, what we can do is we can get this Lumico policy canceled, and then I think it might make sense because I know you said you wanted to leave a little extra behind. We could look at something that was a little bit smaller, maybe like, I don't know, $5,000, because that would only be about $25 a month, and that's what you would already be giving him with the Lumico, but you'd be paying half the price for it, and that would kick in the first day instead of 3 years from now. What do you think?
This is all overwhelming. Can I call you back?
This is so funny. Oh my gosh, this is so funny. And I wanna highlight John Parker saying something in the comments about, he says, what I like is you're so calm, just having a conversation and learning about her needs. Everything is so natural for you, which is what I need to learn. I want to make this abundantly clear. I spend more time talking to people and more time studying how to talk to people than anybody I know. This is not natural. This is trained. Cristiano Ronaldo, LeBron James, these guys, these top performers in their field, train more than Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan. These guys just train more than everyone else. So like, if you're looking at this and you're like, dude, there's no way I can do this job. I'm telling you right now, like, you can. If you get 1% better every day, I promise you guys, you can do exactly this on a call, and it'll feel and it'll look and sound natural to other people. And you're gonna be commenting the exact same thing, like, dude, how does this guy do it? Right? Invest in yourself. I promise you, it will pay dividends. Let's jump into what happens next.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know if I'd just be available for you to just call me back just because of my schedule. What I could do is set an appointment together, and we could kind of go from there. Would that help?
So at this point, we're setting an appointment, right? So we've given up, right? Like we're just gonna talk to her later, or what's actually going on here, Julian? Kind of talk us through it.
So this is kind of like this is a Trojan horse objection overcome is what I call it. Basically,
It's really cool.
Yeah, it's basically I have this thing that I do. I call them, Jeremy Minor. That's who I got it from. But there's two things that I do. I do something that I call a phantom app, right? Which is where you basically fill out an app to show someone they're going to get declined, so you can put them on the app that they need to be accepted on, because some people you literally just can't talk reason into over the phone. And this is what I call a Trojan horse objection overcome, because I'm going to basically like pretend that I've retreated. I'm pretending that I've turned back. Oh, I'm out. Let's set the appointment. Of course you can call me back. Absolutely. And as soon as she lets her guard down, bam, right there. She can celebrate. Oh, he ran away. He didn't get me, blah, 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 et cetera, et cetera. While she has her guard down is when I'm going to strike again. And somebody said, did you get that from Jeremy Minor? I did. I really like it. And you have to know when to use it, though, because if you try to use it in the wrong scenario, it just falls flat. But to Kyle Jordan's point, Julian is the best example of number games plus skill equals make sales. Guys, you just got to put in repetitions. If you go to the gym every day, you will lose weight, I promise. So let's jump in.
The repetitions is also what allows you to build the skill. Like, you can't expect to make $50 a day and be good at closing.
No, I've done since when I first got into sales, I did $350 to $450 per day working, didn't take lunch break. I would work straight from 8 a.m. up until usually about 4, didn't take lunch or anything. I would just eat late. Terrible for my health. And I didn't make a sale for 8 months? 8 months. Didn't make a sale. This was back when I did real estate. And then getting into insurance, I would just work from as soon as I was able to knock a door until literally 30 minutes after sundown. And then with everything else in the sales realm, I'm always making 250, 300 phone calls minimum so that I can get in and develop the skill, because that is what is going to build your business, is just repetition. And that's what's going to build your skill set. So let's see what happens next.
You mean you come here?
Well, I wouldn't show up. This isn't the 80s anymore. You know what I mean? This is something that we would be doing over the phone. Just ever since COVID, they moved us over to the virtual stuff. It's not the same. That I used to do the face-to-face stuff, but you know how it is with that whole pandemic. Everything changed. Yeah. But okay, let me see what I got for you. Give me just a second. And let's see. My system's.
Notice how cool I am here. Don't pause it. Notice how cool I am.
Are you more of a morning or an afternoon person?
Evening.
Evening, even better. My favorite time of the day. Would later today or sometime tomorrow work better for you?
Probably tomorrow.
Probably tomorrow. Okay. And then I guess I could do either 5 or 7 o'clock your time. Which one of those would work better for you on Thursday? 5? Okay. I'm going to send you an invitation over, and you're going to get an email here. Do you want me to just use the email on file for you?
And what's that?
Let me double check.
Did I give you an email? Yeah, when did I give you that?
What's that?
I said, when did I give you that?
You had filled that out when you requested more information on how you could save money on this insurance and get some more coverage. Okay. Yeah. Okay. And then let me see. I'm sending over.
He's objecting to the appointment.
The appointment with Miss Awesome. And then you said that was 5 your time that was going to work. Is that correct?
Right.
On Thursday or when? Let me see. Yeah, Thursday.
Yeah, the day.
Is the time going by that quick already?
No.
The days go by faster and faster every day. It's like absolute madness. And okay, and then just so I know
You
what
disagreed with me how
on our call on Thursday and what questions I need to be prepared to answer. What was it that you were curious about?
Here we go.
And what questions I need to be prepared to. Okay, and then just so I know what we need to go over on our call on Thursday and what questions I need to be prepared to answer. What was it that you were curious about? Was it the price of the program, or was it how the program worked?
The price and how it works.
She said both. Now, I want you guys to look at that. She said both. So she's not comfortably understanding how the insurance works or the pricing because she doesn't feel like she knows what she's getting. Despite the fact that I've explained it, she needs to hear it again. Let's go.
Okay, gotcha. And so I guess what questions did you have? I might be able to just answer them for you now.
I might better just answer them for you now. So you're still basically, she still thinks she has the appointment, which is why she's actually going to tell you what's going on. But now we get a completely different objection.
You know, to be honest with you, I don't remember filling out anything.
Gotcha.
So this is a textbook example of what we call objection hopping, right? So basically what people will do whenever they start to feel like you're pushing them on the back end or you're overcoming the rejections, when they do this, it means you're doing something right, not that you're doing something wrong. So realize that. It takes skill to overcome multiple objections, but when they give you multiple objections, it means you overcame the first one. So her first objection was, oh, I need to think about it, blah, 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 blah. Now Julian's actually attacking that, getting to the bottom of what's going on. What questions did you have? What did you not understand? What did you need to think about, essentially, is what he's asking, but in a different, less direct way. And now it's, oh, I don't even remember filling anything out. So she's just throwing stuff out there. She's like, if you guys have ever played Mario Kart, she's like throwing bananas out so that he has to like slip and get off track. But basically, if you can just overcome these objections and stay calm like Julian does, then we can get to the root objection and address it to make the sale, which is exactly what you're about to watch.
Yeah, this is for that form you filled out through Zoosurance. It was the funny-looking guy on Facebook, and he talked about the life insurance programs where you could save some money and get some extra coverage. And then it was that second funny-looking guy who was wearing the blue polo with the whiteboard. Did you see that?
I can't remember. I don't remember.
No.
So even with that explanation of what she would have seen, she still is saying, I don't remember, right? I don't remember filling this out. I have no idea.
It's hilarious.
And then this is like, so many people get stuck on that. Like, we've gotten every single possible objection we can get. I already have insurance. I don't remember filling that out. This is like textbook way of just how to overcome that, because whenever someone says they don't remember filling it out, it's literally just like bullshit smokescreen. They're not actually objecting. They're just kind of like throwing an obstacle in your way.
No worries. I don't sit around thinking about this kind of thing either. With the current.
And that's literally the entire overcome to that objection. No worries. I don't sit around thinking about this kind of thing either. Boom. Move on.
Questions that you said you had about the program. You said there was about the price and about the amount of coverage as well. The program that I'm looking at right now is only $25.75 a month for $5,000, which is the price of that program with Lumico that you got, but it's the same amount of coverage. If we were able to get you the same amount of coverage for half the price, would that be helpful?
Yeah, but what would that be? You could tell me what company would that be?
Yeah, just
25. Now that's a good price to pay for it.
Yeah. This would be through Mutual of Omaha, and so because I work with them, I could get that coverage added on for you, so you could not only save that money like you were talking about, but also give that extra coverage behind to help be his guardian angel. So that would all be through Mutual of Omaha, and I know you've been doing business with them before. You said you already have a policy with them, correct?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if it would help, what we could do is we could submit an application for the $5,000 for the $25.75 to see if you get approved, see if they'd accept you to add on some coverage, and if so, and then we can go ahead and I can help you get that Lumico policy canceled as well, so you can end up saving some money. Would that help?
Well, you could go ahead and go with the Mutual overhaul.
Okay.
That's the deal, guys. That's where the app comes out. So, that was brutal with the objection. I mean, I think it was over 100. I don't know. You got how many comment below how many objections you think that lady gave me before we got that deal done and this is for $25 a month. And but at this point, this was just principle. I didn't care if it was $1 a month. I was just like, I'm not letting this lady go because she hasn't hung up. So,
guys, we're about to get into the numbers of how everything broke down as well. So don't jump off. We're about to break down literally exactly what it took to write $35K in a month and what the actual profit was. So be sure to stick around. We're also going to be giving away that $5,000 worth of leads. So stay with us. We got probably another 30 minutes here. of dumping in and everything. We're also going to do some Q&A. So we're going to keep this exciting. I want this to be super valuable for you guys. So we'll probably go a little bit over an hour, but hopefully that's okay. I want to make sure that we can answer some questions and offer as much value as we possibly can. But that was the sales call. Thoughts on that? Drop your thoughts in the comments here. There was quite a call there for sure. So let's dive back into this, because I think what happens a lot of time in the insurance business is people are told that they can just show up, kind of like, mess around and make six figures, which honestly you sort of can, but not in the beginning. You have to really just make a high volume of calls. And I talk to people all the time, and I don't really think it's their fault, because I think this is the expectation that's set. But I talk to people all the time who are like, oh, well, I just hate making phone calls. I want to make 50 dials a day and make 300K a year. Or I want to make, I can't even convince myself to make 50 dials a day, and I want to make $500,000 a year. And it's like, this just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. So let's kind of break into like what it actually looked like. How many dials did you have to make? How many leads did you need to make the amount of money that you made and to write the amount of premium that you wrote, right? So let's start with week number 1. So week number 1, this is the week of September 4th to September 10th. There was 8621 in premium. This was like your first full week on the phone. You took 70 leads, which at $25 a lead. Or actually, I'll kind of talk through like the type of leads that you're working. What is your lead source?
Yeah, and I want to make something abundantly clear here, because there's a lot of these Mickey Mouse gurus in the insurance business that want to tell you that they're making 10, 15, 20K a week. I know a lot of them personally, and I'm not saying that to call them out and be rude or really be disrespectful to anybody. But what I am saying is that nobody talks about what it looks like after chargebacks, and nobody ever wants to tell you about what it actually takes to be successful in this business with making profit. That's money in the bank, right? Things that you can take and go spend dollars on at the store, right? And so I do want to be very clear here. I could go out and tell everybody, oh, I made 10K in a week and and you got to get recruit, hype up, sign up. But you can see here the bottom line, the profit is 6,400. With getting a little bit deeper into the numbers here and the leads that I'm working, the leads that I'm working are all in the Zoosurance leads. That's our branded lead program. I'm sure you guys already know about that, so I'm not going to dive too deep into it here. But basically, the premise of these leads is that they all know it's about insurance and that they're going to have to talk to an agent, right? And so, as you can see here, I took 70 leads, and I didn't know I actually crossed 10K in commissions multiple times that month. I didn't know that. But yeah, so $8,600 in premium here, and off of 70 leads, right? And so I wish we'd written down how many policies it was, because I see these guys that are talking, like all these gurus will talk about how they have a 50% close rate and all this junk and 30%, 40% close rates. They're talking about their close rate off of the percentage of quotes. They're not talking about their close rate off the percentage of total leads, because 70% of leads, it's statistically speaking, you're never going to get in contact with, right?
Yeah.
And that's just statistics, but maybe they live in another world. So I don't know, but I'm going to dive into the reality in the world that we live in. So the truth is I worked 70 leads this week. I spent $1,700.
This is, well, let's see. 8 apps.
8 apps. Okay. So 8 apps this week. And I have a fairly high average annual premium. This week, if I did 8, was going to be more than likely a little bit lower. But I usually crank out some pretty hefty apps. So 70 leads for $8,600 in premium with $1,750 in lead spend. I want you guys to really focus in on the effort. And there's 2 numbers here that are super important. Most people right now are going to be like, holy shit, you wrote over 8,600, made over 10K in a week, blah, 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 blah. Look at the profit. I can take that and spend it on a new Bugatti, whatever. The truth here is there's 2 numbers that actually really matter. And it's the leads, which is 70 leads, and it's the dials. Now, I really can't dive deep in enough here about how, if anything, I wish I would have done more dials. And the reason I didn't is because I was writing the applications, doing all this role, et cetera. And I also run advanced agent marketing and do all the coaching and all those things of that nature. But that means I was making on average about 219 dials a day. Most of the people that I hear, I heard some guy the other day bragging about how he made 200 dials in a week, right? But continue to make 200 dials in a week and watch what happens to your business, right? So the numbers that you want to skew in your favor is leads and dials. Because if you can put yourself in a position to have more opportunities, and if you can put yourself in a position to get more activity crammed into a smaller amount of time to get more results, ultimately you will be successful. You can suck and you can call your way into laydowns. You could do the exact same amount of calls, follow the script that we use, your tonality could suck, you could feel not confident on the phone, and you'd still be profitable because you're following a system, right? But it also takes effort to do that. And so I want to just make that abundantly clear, because that means, like, at the end of the day, like, and granted, I did 219 dials based off of a 6-day work week because I don't play games. But if I was working 5 days, it'd be closer to 300. And so my point here is just to show you guys that this takes effort. This is not something you can just do in 10 dials, sit on your couch, watch Netflix, and keep it rolling. Yes, that's 1,314 dials on 70 leads. That's why I was saying I don't play games. I really beat the crap out of my leads. So that's another thing I also want to talk about is so many people talk about, hey, call your leads, call your leads, call your leads. But calling your leads means actually calling your leads. People hear from me like 9+ times a day.
I mean, 18 calls in over 6 days is not even that much. That's 18 calls per lead. It's really not that much. That's like 3 calls a day.
Exactly. So really, like, if you look at the average, it's actually not that much. It's just, again, consistent effort and dedication to the skill set that has gotten me here. Let's move on to next week.
Yeah, and also I think I'm going to jump into this next week, but an important thing to note is, like, you're not only calling the new leads. So the first week you were only calling the 70 leads, but week 2 you're calling the 68 and the ones from the 70 that you never got a hold of. And so what's super important to note is a lot of people will judge their closing percentage by what they close on the first week, because most people don't really have any system for nurturing their leads or following up. But I'll talk to people all the time. They're like, I bought, let's say they buy 50 leads or whatever. They call them all for a week. Maybe they sell like 2 people, and then they buy another pack and they call through the next leads. And they're like, oh, the lead sucked. I only closed 2 out of 50. It's like, you only called them for 1 week. Like, when's the last time that you bought something after being in a pipeline for 1 week?
I walk into the store and I don't buy something after a week. So I want to go back to, and Corey, I wanted to say thanks, man. I really appreciate you guys. I really appreciate you coming out to support us. It means a lot, seriously. And everybody here that's supporting us, I super appreciate it. I hope this is valuable. If you are one of the Mickey Mouse gurus, it's nice having you too. But I want to dive into this next week here because this is super, super, super important. And I also want to clarify, I don't have 20% chargebacks on all of this so far. This is just an assumption.
Yeah, just an assumption to kind of show that.
This is just an assumption. So my chargebacks, I think I've gotten like maybe 2 or 3 total chargebacks. I think I've gotten 3 chargebacks total since I've been writing business. And the reason why is because I'm getting most of my people to pay on the spot, which is, by the way, if you guys take nothing else away from this, please, for the love of God, get your people to pay on the spot. I went from writing, 25-30K a month when I was doing face-to-face and a ton of it charging back like 50%, to now I've had 3 total chargebacks since August 14th. And that's with me getting them to pay on the spot, right? And also being a little bit more conscious of their budget. So let's dive into this one here. So, and 20% chargeback rate is average for a really good producer, by the way. That's not normal. Most people have like closer to a 40% or a 50% chargeback rate, sometimes even more. So just be careful with what you're doing with your clients and be careful with which carriers you're writing, because some are more expensive. But I do want to jump on this real quick, and then we'll fly through these next 2 weeks here. And then we're going to jump into the meat and potatoes of this that you guys want to hear about. So very consistent. Again, numbers, not bad. Made almost $8,000 in commissions. But again, look at the numbers that are important. I spent the same amount on leads, almost. I did 68 leads, and I also did almost, again, 1,300 dials. So I don't want to spend too much time on this week. Nothing really impressive about it. It's just, again, consistent effort and consistent volume over time. Let's look at the next week, week 3. What did I do again? I did about 70 leads. This time was a little bit more. I did another over 10K commission week. And I also spent about the same on leads, just about. And then I did a little bit more activity, not enough to like where it would be super crazy, but it is enough to continuously hit the marker of making the money that I want to make, right? And so the dials here is what I really, really want to dive in on, in the leads. So I have too many people that come to me every day that are like, hey man, I want to take 15 leads, 10 leads, 20 leads a week. You're not going to be successful doing that. I don't even want to talk to you because I feel like I'm wasting your time. If you want to be successful, you need more leads and you need to make more dials. And nobody wants to hear that, but that's the truth. If you make $200 and $300 dials every single day, I promise you, you will make money. And if you're not, then keep doing it and then you will make money, right? And I've been there. I've been the guy that didn't make a sale for 8 months. So I can say that. Let's go to the next week. I don't want to spend too much time on this. So 111 weeks. So I actually spent more on leads this week. And if you notice, my dials were down by about 200 or 300. I think I had like some admin or something that I had to do, or some sales calls took a while, but whatever. Either way, I actually spent more on leads, and I didn't have as big a week as I wanted to here. But as you can see, again, my dials were over 1,000. Keep in mind, guys, I'm also running a company in addition to this. So if you're a full-time agent and you're not doing $300 a day, this is a wake-up call. This is where you're like, oh shit, I need to work harder. So congrats. But I did want to make that very, very clear, because you do have to put in a lot of work to do this. So Tim, is there anything else you want to touch on in this slide before we move on?
This is just, so basically for a full month, this was September 4th to October 4th. So then we have these 2 days here. 4K in AP, 40 leads taken, $1,000 in lead spin, 871 dials over the course of 2 days, or 3 days technically. This is 3 days.
So 3 days, 871 dials, guys. Please, I want you to pay attention to how much work it takes to be successful, because this business is not easy, but it is simple.
Yeah.
What? Very curious telesales. I like Royal Neighbor. I'll go through this quick, but I like Royal Neighbors, Aetna, Baltimore Life, Great Western, Mutual of Omaha, and American Amicable are like my preferred carriers.
So the amount of people that I talk to that say they want to make 20 grand a month is like innumerable. Like that is the most common goal for insurance agents, is I want to make 20 grand a month. I'd say probably like 75, 80% of the people in here, like if you guys were making 20 grand a month, you'd be chilling. And so this is literally an exact game plan roadmap to hitting 20 grand a month in profit. And this is assuming a 20% chargeback ratio, which is not even like the number that we're at. So
right. And it's also assuming a $25 lead cost as well.
Right. Exactly. So 20 grand a month. This is like literally everything that went behind it. So if you guys do that for yourself, Julian, what would be your biggest takeaways for someone that's watching this? That, like, for example, Susan here, super helpful, brand new, feeling really overwhelmed. What would be your biggest piece of advice from being new agent to making 20 grand in a month?
My biggest advice, and Susan, it's great to have you. Thank you for coming out to support us. We appreciate your attention. It's your most valuable asset. And so just want to say thanks. But the biggest thing that I would say, and here's a few things. I don't want to just give you one, because it's not just one. Let's start with number one. Learn from someone who can actually do it, right? And so if you got, again, back to gurus, you got gurus who are like, oh, I can do X, Y, Z, X, Y, Z, X, Y, Z. If you've never sold insurance, you don't know how to sell insurance. I came off of not working and selling insurance for a year as being an advisor, to just crank out a 35K month over the phone, following a proven system, which leads
with no dialer,
no appointments, no live transfers. This is legitimately doing it the way that it is most profitable for every agent. So I wanted to say, first, learn from someone who can do it. Second, follow a system. If you're just getting on the phone and talking to people, hey, and I'm not saying this is you, but if you're just like, hey, this is Susan, what's up? Like, that's not going to work. You need to follow something that works. Follow a system. So learn from someone who's done it, and learn from a system that's proven. Don't try it from your brother, your broke cousin down the road that's never sold insurance. Like, don't try to follow his system. It may not work. If it works, then yeah, go for it. But after that, point number 3, you really need to put in a lot of work. If you are not a 6-figure producer or a multi-6-figure producer, then go and learn from them, follow their system, and then on top of that, put in more effort than everyone else that you can think of. My goal is to outwork the people around me, to outperform the people around me. Because even if I'm less talented, less skilled, and less whatever, I'm still going to beat them because I'm putting in more repetition. And so if you notice, and you can ask some of the people that are in the comments in our program, I am the first one in the Zoom typically, and I'm always the last one out. Always the last one out. And I'm one of the only few that are in there on Saturdays, and I'm making more in deposits. And I'm not bragging, but I'm making more deposits than 99.9% of the people in the program while I'm running another company. So there's no excuse. You can do this. You can do this, right? And so all that to say, though, that like this is totally possible for you. Learn from someone else, et cetera, et cetera. And then the last thing, number 4, just invest in yourself. You're your biggest asset. Invest in yourself. Read books. Listen to salespeople. Listen to live sales calls. We have those on our channel, and just learn. You're probably gonna suck at first, and that's okay. But you need to make up in effort. You need to make up for it in effort. Do you want to cover this one, Tim?
I think you basically just did.
Okay.
So, real quick, I want to give everyone here that stayed up until this point. I know. Here we go. Kyle just mentioned the script. I'm going to give you guys the exact script that we're using. This is the updated script. So this is like the most recent version that we have. Comment script if you guys want me to drop this here in comments for you guys, and then I will do so. But let's see. Let's see who wants the script.
Donna, I want to talk. There's a few people dropping things here in the comments, and I want to touch on this because I've been broke as all get out. I started this business with less than $1,000 in my bank account, and my car broke down 3.5 weeks later in a face-to-face option that I did. Holy crap. I was trying to read that comment, and I just saw script explode on my phone. I wanted to touch on this real quick, Donna, because if you don't have that kind of resources to pay out and to begin with, I started this business with less than $1,000, right? So all that to say, though, you need to be resourceful. We have something that we call a fast cash play. Look on our YouTube channel. We have a video that talks about how you can make money without buying leads. We had I don't remember what it's called, but we can drop that in the description, I'm sure. I'm working in the gig economy and work 10 hours a day to pay my bills. I'm just afraid of failure. That's okay, buddy. Everyone's afraid of failure. Most people just don't want to admit it. And so while you can either be afraid of failure and that can motivate you, or you can be afraid of failure and that can paralyze you. So choose however you want to leverage that feeling and emotion. But the truth is that most people are actually more afraid of success than they are of failure. And that's why they're unwilling to put the effort in, is because they're afraid of what they're going to do when they get there, because they don't even know what that looks like because they've never even seen it. And so I'd say I would challenge your thinking in why you are afraid of failure, because we shouldn't just live in this world to pay the bills. And if you want to be successful and kill it, you just need to be around other people that are doing that. So I hope that helps. Is it wise to write business on yourself to come up with money for leads? If you write business on yourself, it's going to be paid out as earned. That won't help. You won't get the advance. But write business on friends and family. That would be super helpful. So
Yeah, 100%.
About scripts. We just dropped the script in the description below. It's a link. You guys can use that. Please use it. Have fun with it. There's all sorts of things down there for you.
100%. You guys hear that?
Not really.
It sounds like the freaking Communist Manifesto is going on behind me. I don't know what's going on. Weird. Anyway, there's like some song going on behind me. It sounds like what they play in North Korea every morning or whatever. Weird. Anyway, Julian, you want to kind of break down for the people that are watching that have seen everything you're doing. They want to tune in live. They want to know about the leads that you're doing. Kind of talk us through the process as far as like what the system is that you're working, and then how people can get access to it and what that actually looks like for them.
So what's up, Kent? So I would say that the system that I'm working is just the advanced agent marketing system. I'm working the Zoosurance leads, so I'm practicing what I preach, right? The way that the system works is super simple. The lead is told transparently. Most of you guys have probably heard the crap that I thought it was free. I didn't know this was about insurance, and I didn't know that I was going to have to talk to someone. Our ads overcome all of those objections by clearing that out on the front end. That doesn't mean you're not going to get those. What's that?
Should we show an ad?
Comment ad below if you guys want to see the ad that our prospects see. While you guys are, if you guys comment ad, we'll show it to you. If not, it's not a big deal. But I'll continue to kind of share a little bit about the system so you guys understand, and hopefully you can take some value away from it. But with the system that I'm working, it's very, very simple. If you plug in effort, you will get results. And so the system is compiled of many things. It's the script. It's the automations that we have. It's the CRM. It's the dialer that we use. It's the ad that they see and the nurture that we give them through the automations. And then it's also going through the script, but saying it right, practicing with each other. We have a Zoom room where we do everything, and we talk with each other, and we learn about underwriting, and we hang out. Like, we're all like basically coworkers. And the cool thing is too, is that if I miss on a call or somebody misses on a call, and sometimes people have bad days, the first thing you always want to ask for is, hey, Tim, are you open to feedback real quick, man? Yeah. Yo, you dogged that call. You did great. And then you fell apart at the end there. That was garbage. And you're better than that. And I've heard you do better than that. Are you tired, or you didn't know what to say? I'm tired, man, to be honest with you. Okay, great. Go for a walk, 5 minutes, come back. Let's practice that objection again, because I know you know the answer. I've heard you say it before. Let's roll, right? And so it's having people that are going to keep you accountable. It's also having people that are going to be there. Sometimes I have bad days. I'm not perfect. And when I have those bad days, I have people that are in my corner to keep me motivated, to keep me inspired, and to hold me accountable to hit that next level, right? And so I would say that the biggest thing that you can kind of take away from that is that it's a system, right? It is a system where it is a continuous cycle of something that continues to occur. The Zoom room is seriously what's up. I actually value that even more than the leads as far as understanding the industry. Yeah, and I hear this a lot. So I want to say thanks, Kyle, for shouting us out, but I hear this a lot. This is one of the most common things I hear, because you'll hear live sales calls like that literally all day long before they get released to YouTube. I'll coach you through how to do it yourself, right? And, we do some one-on-one calls and things of that nature. Our goal is to help you be successful. And so all that to say, like, that's the system that I'm working. Did I miss anything, Tim, that you wanted to cover?
I think that's pretty much it. Let me show you guys, because it seems like everyone's pretty wants to see the ad here. Share my screen and show you guys this. I'm going to put it on like fast speed, because I know we also got to get to giving away $5,000 worth of leads, and also kind of like talking about how people can get started with us.
Comment leads down below if you think we should do the lead giveaway, because I haven't seen any hype about that, which means I don't know if you guys value it. So let me know, communicate to me, make it clear. Comment lead below if you guys want to win this giveaway.
1 second.
You're just going to show them the ad real quick, Tim?
Yeah, I'm going to show the ad.
Okay, so there is a little bit of hype coming around these leads.
All right. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to show you guys this ad. And then, all right, here we go.
And while we were throwing up this ad and you guys are all kind of like getting to see how everything works, does anyone have any questions that maybe I can answer while I'm on here? Because I know we don't really do this all the time, but do you guys have any questions? If you do, comment below. Here to answer it and see if we can't get you guys to be more successful.
All right, let's jump into this here.
The average funeral today costs over $10,000, but the most you'll get from the government benefits is just $255. How will your family pay the difference? Here's what myself and thousands of other seniors have done to protect our families. I got a life insurance policy from Zoosurance.com. All I had to do was answer a few questions, and they connected me with a really helpful agent who made sure I got the right amount of coverage for the best price I could get. Senior plans start as low as just $1 a day and pay up to $30,000 for a funeral and other final expenses. Peace of mind is easy. There's no medical exam, and your plan can't be canceled. Better still, your rate will never go up and your benefits will never go down. Just answer a few simple questions and receive approval right on the phone. Click below this video to get a quote today.
So
While we're
essentially,
transitioning,
real quick, after they see that video, we're then going to show them this.
So if you're watching this video, it's because you just filled out a form and you've taken the first step towards protecting your family.
So it's basically a whole whiteboard video explaining the 3 things they need to know before life insurance. So we're going to send them that video after they fill the form out. So the point is, right, the biggest difference between these leads and other leads, you're still going to get, as you guys heard, you're still going to get, already have insurance, or, I don't remember filling that out. You'll still get that occasionally, right? These are people. They're not people that are coming with their banking info ready to just get signed up. They're still leads. You still have to work. As you guys saw, obviously you have to still make calls. But the difference is the people that you're going to talk to, they know it's about insurance. They don't think it's free. And they're told that they have to speak with someone over the phone. There's no fill this out, get the free quote emailed to you. It says fill the form out and get a free quote over the phone. And so these are literally the exact leads that Julian's using to get to this 20K a month mark, right? 35K in AP. And Julian, I think you wanted to say something there, so I'll let you finish whatever thought you have. I just want to interject and throw that in there. We're basically explaining what's going on with insurance before they even jump on the phone.
Yeah, and I wanted to say real quick, I know we had a couple questions, and I might have to go run and grab my charger. My computer's dying. But I wanted to say first and foremost, because I don't like to ignore anyone, we don't set up Facebook ads for people. The reason why we don't is because too many agents were not taking advantage of the lead source. And what we found is that it's actually more profitable for someone to get one-on-one and small group coaching on sales, because that was typically a skill gap. They were looking for a marketing system to solve a sales problem. So we solved the sales problem, right? That's why we did the Zoom room. And then the lead problem, them trying to learn how to go and do marketing wasn't really working. That's why we're doing the marketing for you. And so it's basically the most done for you lead generation system you could ever have. And we're focused around making agents successful, not making profit off of agents like most of these cats are, which is why they sell you garbage leads. Now, how did you guys find this actor? Found him online. Did you pay someone to create that video? We did most of it in-house. We just had to find the actor. Do we know the man in the video personally? No. Say again what carriers you use: Baltimore Life, Aetna, American Amicable, Mutual of Omaha, Royal Neighbors, Great Western.
Let's Julian, let's jump into what people, before we do the lead giveaway, let's jump into how people can actually get started with us to get access to that Zoom room you're talking about and get access to the exact leads that we just showed the ad that we're running.
Sure. Yeah. So guys, if you do want to get access to this system, probably most of you guys have seen this already, but we are running a promotion this week. And Tim, if you want to drop the link down below just to the page where they can kind of see that video and get set up. But yeah, we're actually running a promotion. And so typically the enrollment, as the price is going to go up, right? Because we're getting a ton of demand around this. We've got, a lot of people that are currently in the group message and everything. And we are trying to make sure this doesn't get diluted or saturated like so many other good lead sources have, which is why we're taking efforts to control this and make sure that it's still available to you. But guys, if you want to get access to the system, Tim's going to drop a link down below, and you can actually save $250 today. And this promotion is ending this week. So to get enrolled, it's only $749 to get enrolled in all of that and direct.
That includes the first 30 leads too. So you're just buying 30 leads, and then you get access to all the training
and the systems. So you literally are only paying for the leads. Nobody in the industry is doing this. I know you guys have probably seen Guam Tech, which is Kyle Jordan, who's continued to post. He's in there. Jesus is in there. Let's see. I can't see if there's any. Robert's in there. A lot of the people in the comments here are already in there, and they're taking steps to grow their business. They're taking steps to get around people who are successful. And if you guys want to be in there, Chelsea's in there. I saw her name earlier, but they're taking steps to be successful. If that's what you want to do, click the link down below. Tim just dropped it, and you guys can get access to that. And I'm going to answer a couple questions while Tim drops it because we put the wrong link in. Name of the dialer that I use. I use a dialer called Kixie, and I combine it with Advanced Agent CRM. Social banking, social and banking are super simple. Tie an ask to a benefit. Hey, to make sure this pays out to the right Michael Jacobs, I need your social. I'm ready for that whenever you are. Don't ask, tell them. I'm ready for that whenever you are. Banking, I ask them what bank they use. Hey, Tim, who'd you say you bank with? Wells Fargo. Great. You said you signed up with them in Texas? Yeah. Okay, great. I've got the routing number here. My system pulled it up for me, and I Google it. And then I'm like, okay, great. All I need is your account number, and I'm ready for that whenever you are. And I'm going really fast, so I kind of skipped over it because we're short on time. But I asked them if they want their routing number because most people don't know it, and they don't have it. Thank you, preach on. That's what I just did. Looking forward to starting these leads. Jason Wake got in also. So yeah, guys, the price is going up to $997. Stick around. We are about to do the lead giveaway for up to $5,000 in leads. But guys, if you do want to get in, you can literally save like $250, get set up, and we will start walking you through the path of how to hit your goals. Because there's the truth, the real is that nobody's coming to save us. We got to do this ourselves. As agents, we got to take care of each other. Can't be any more of this cutthroat crap where we're trying to backstab each other. The older cats in this industry have done that. You can be a shark if you want to, but sharks eventually die too. I'd rather be a turtle. They live for like hundreds of years. So let's all stick around in a school and hang out and help each other be successful because that just makes more sense. But guys, that link is in there. Like I said, if you want to get in, $749 before the price goes up by the end of the week. It's going to go to $997. And this does include the 30 leads. Is there a monthly?
Yeah. There's no monthly. You just pay for the leads after that. And then also if you keep the CRM, then it's just $79 a month. But we've had that since we started the company.
Yep. And that's it's not mandatory. You don't have to do that. But if you do want to get best results and you want to put up the numbers that I'm putting up, then you are going to definitely want to use it because it works. Learning is earning. Every day is a day to learn. That is all correct. I wish more people took that seriously. It pains me to know that people don't, but learning is earning. Anything else you want to touch on, Tim, before we do this lead giveaway?
I think that's pretty much it. Looking, I know we have calendar space open. It's probably going to fill up pretty quickly. If you guys came from Duford's list, we're running the promo there. We're also sending emails on our list. So, I think calendar spots are probably going to fill up pretty quickly. So if it's something that you're serious about, definitely book a time on the calendar. We got a video there that kind of explains everything more in depth. It's like 30 minutes. You guys can watch through that, get an idea of everything that's included. And then we look forward to speaking to you. You'll either be talking to Julian or I. So we'll be happy to answer any questions you guys have. Without any further ado, one lucky person is going to get 150 of those insurance leads and then also some age leads thrown in. So let's jump into this. Let me pull this up here. I got a wheel of names. I have 135 people that have joined so far. If you guys haven't joined that giveaway yet, I posted the link a little bit earlier.
And just to sweeten this deal up, guys, we're giving away like $5,000 in leads. So throw us a bone. If you're not subscribed and you want to win, subscribe.
Oh yeah. To win, you have to be subscribed. So you have to send us a screenshot that you guys are subscribed over Facebook. So join the Facebook group so you guys can DM us that. And then make sure that you're subscribed because we'll check that. You got to be subscribed to win the lead giveaway. So if you aren't already subscribed, hit that subscribe button down below. We drop super valuable videos every single week, live dials like we just did, kind of like live dial reviews like we just did on this call. We got some super exciting stuff coming, like an exact breakdown of every single call that went into that $9,000 week that Julian had that resulted in over 10K in commissions. So we're going to break down everything that went into that so that you guys can hear what it actually looks like to make $10,000 in a week. So with that being said, hit that subscribe button down below, and I'm going to go ahead and jump into this giveaway here.
And you do have to be on the video. So if you're not on the video, or if you're thinking about not being on the video, and be on the video because we can't give it to you if you're not here. So, drum roll.
Somebody submitted it like 8 times.
Let's see. Can you send the link again? Tim, can you drop the link
To enter?
I guess to book a call. I'm not sure. Jesus, did you want the link to book a call or what were you?
Jesus is already in, so I think you might be talking about the link to enter.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I'll send that real quick. So if you guys haven't already entered the giveaway, fill this out. If you have already entered the giveaway and your name shows up twice, I'm going to remove your name on every time. So don't fill it out if you already filled it out. That's the form right there.
Don't be a shark.
Yeah, don't be a sleazeball.
Don't be a shark. Be a turtle, man.
All right, so I'm going to give you guys like 5 more seconds to fill that out. Got
Chelsea.
More names coming in. All right, and that is it.
Let's. Do you want to screen share?
I got 2 more people that joined, so I'm gonna let you guys on. Okay.
Should we screen share? Does that make sense?
Yeah. I'm gonna screen share the wheel.
Alfonso, I'm a turtle. All caps. Me too, man. I'm a sea turtle.
All right.
Tough
So-
on the outside, soft on the inside. Let's roll. Let's see what it is.
Are you guys ready for us to spin the wheel here? Let me share my screen. Who is going to be walking away from this video with $5,000 in leads?
She's crying, y'all, so I had to pick her up and say, hey. So,
all right, so we have 124 people to join. I got my wheel here. Guys, comment spin if you want me to spin this thing.
Susan says, oh, so cute. All right. Let's roll, Tim. Ninja Turtle. I love it, Michael. Let's see.
All right.
I hope this goes to the person that deserves it the most. That's what I'm going to say. You know, if it's you, you know it's you. Let's roll. Let's spin it, Tim. Let's see what happens.
Should I spin it?
Yeah, spin it. Hopefully they're still on.
All right.
The worst is giveaways when they check out. Hate that.
I'm getting a headache.
Yeah, it's just giving me a migraine. I can't look at this.
I don't know if I'm getting a migraine or if I'm just anxious about who's going to win.
It's kind of both. Like, it's really hurting my eyes.
Oh, still going.
I can't even see who it is. No whammies. I don't even know what that means, but I'm down.
Oh, it's still going. Oh, this thing still got some momentum.
This is ridiculous. Come on. Just show us who won already. Why does this thing keep going? Oh my gosh. These last few here have just been brutal. Oh my. Oh, come on.
There we go. All right.
Marquise. George.
Marquise, comment below. Comment below.
Comment if you're on or we're going to spin it again and you're not going to win. That kind of rhymed. Let's see. You on, my friend? Bob Barker is loving this in his grace. I'm not really. I don't track with that one, man. I'm not following that one. Tim, do you get that? The Bob Barker reference?
I think that's Wheel of Fortune guy.
That's what it is.
Marquise, where you at? Where you at? Guys, don't leave yet. If Marquise doesn't,
if Marquise doesn't claim this, y'all, and we've had to do. I remember we did this last year. We did a giveaway, and the person wasn't on. So
we ended up spinning the wheel like 4 times.
Yeah, we spun the wheel like 4 times. I think we should give it like, what do you think? 15 more seconds, and then we just go ahead and run it back.
I think so, man. I think so.
Okay. Well, is there?
I think we get 10 more seconds.
9.
All right.
8. 7.
7.
6. 5. 4.
4.
3. 2. 1. Guys, this is what happens when you don't show up. Let's spin it again. Let's go. Yahoo! Spin it again. Yo, what if we just saw in the comments like, hey, man, my messages wouldn't send. The Wi-Fi is crazy here. I'm trying to collect them.
Dude, it happens.
That's why I'm in it and I can't get out. Shut up.
Oh. All right. Who is J Raz? Let's see. Do we have a J Raz in the comments?
Watch us have to spin it again. I would die.
I hope not, man.
Let's see.
Especially if somebody watches the replay. Who is J Raz? You got about, let's see.
Start the
Whoa.
countdown.
20 seconds.
Are they in? This is ridiculous. Is anyone else craving Subway or is it just me?
15, 14, 13.
Yo, I got a call to get to. We got to show up. There's no way we're losing this.
12, 13, 14, 15. Oh, wait. Whoa.
John's cracking me up.
9, 8. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Jim, are you in the Facebook group, my friend? Are you in the Facebook group?
He said, "That's me. That's me." So are you checking to see if he's in the Facebook group?
He's not yet. Let me. I'm gonna send him a link. Jim,
Yeah, Jim,
jump in here and send me a DM of a screenshot of you being subscribed, and then we can go from there and just drop that in. Also, if you guys aren't in the Facebook group yet, jump in there.
Sorry to make it a hassle, but we had people literally. No, you're here. We get it, Jim. We got you, man. Just we saw that you won. We're not going to spin it again, but we do want to make sure that you verify that you are subscribed and that you are in the group, just because we've had so many people try to impersonate other agents. I think I saw a guy create a fake Facebook profile one time to try and win a giveaway. So we just like to verify that you are subscribed and everything, because you can't fake a screenshot of a subscription and plus a Facebook profile. So go ahead and join up in the Facebook group. That way we can get everything squared away for you there. I just want to say congratulations, man. Excited to get to know you and see you see success with this. And for everyone else that was on here, just wanted to say thank you so much for your support. I've got to jump. I've got a call coming up. And I'm also, my computer's going to die actually too. But I'm on 4%. But Tim, is there anything else that you want to touch on before we jump off here, man?
I think that's pretty much it. Thank you guys so much for showing up. If you guys got value from this, leave a like, hit the subscribe button, and book a call down below with us if you guys want to speak more and learn more about these leads. Again, the price is going to be going up to $997 on Saturday. So go ahead and book that call. Look forward to speaking with you. And you guys have a good night.
I just want to say before we jump, thank you guys for supporting us. We really appreciate it. I hope you guys have a great night. Let's go get some business this week. We'll see you.
Good.